What's up, everybody? We are live. We have a special Saturday morning podcast. We got Kelton on the show. What up, Kelton?
What's up, man? I'm pumped to be doing this on fight day. So, usually when we'll do the podcast on Tuesday or Wednesday, that's relatively early into our thoughts. And just as fight week goes on, you learn new things. Maybe your opinions might change. So you're getting the absolute freshest of fresh thoughts from me and Justin here. And we each got some bets. We're going against each other. So this should be a real fun one.
Yeah, man, we got a pretty good card this weekend. Holm versus Aldana. The co-main event I don't think that should be the co-main event. I think the co-main event 100% should be GDR versus Pena. I don't know what they were thinking. Why would they make it the Castro versus Felipe as a co-main event? That's like one of the worst co-main events I've ever heard of in my life. I mean, they could have put a couple other fights as the co-main event, honestly. I mean, you could put Jourdain as the co-main event. Why would you put freaking the heavyweight fight? It doesn't beat me. I don't get it. But yeah, let's talk about last card real quick. We'll do our regular recap. God, man, Izzy versus Costa. I mean, wow, Izzy's the beast, man. He's for real, man. I don't know, man, who's gonna beat him in 185. Personally, I think that Cannonier has the best chance out of all those guys. Maybe Vittori, man, down the line, but I just don't know, man. I mean, Izzy's so good, dude. And I see a lot of people saying that Izzy's gonna beat John Jones. Yeah, I don't think so. I got Jones, but Izzy's a beast. I mean, the kid really looked good. I mean, great kicks, striking. I mean, I didn't think he's going to knock out Costa that early. It was domination. And I don't really like what Costa's been doing. I mean, he's calling for a rematch and shit. I think Izzy's hilarious. I know some people don't like all the controversial jokes that he was doing and stuff, but I think it's funny. And I think Costa deserves it, man. Costa was doing all that fucking white belt shit. And Costa's calling for a rematch. He's not getting a rematch, dude. I actually think Costa should fight Vittori. And it's funny because I used to be like, I wouldn't say I was down on Vittori. I just was like maybe like not high on him like other guys were. Like I faded him versus people I shouldn't have, like Sanchez. But looking at it from a stylistical matchup and how much Vittori's improved, I actually think Vittori could beat Costa. So if they fight, I think Vittori could beat him. But yeah, congrats to Izzy. Co-main event, Jam versus Reyes. I mean, dude, Jam went out there and proved, dude, that he's the real deal, man. I mean, he's the champ, man, at 205. I mean, personally, I don't know who can beat Jan right now. I mean, I think Jones beats him, but other than that, I mean, the best chance is probably Jiri. I mean, yeah, Thiago Sanchez beat him, but I mean, let's be honest, that was a pretty close fight until he got caught. I mean, I think Jan can 100% beat Santos. Jan's a really good fighter. I mean, he dominated the fight. Let's be honest, Reyes didn't do anything, dude. Yeah, War Jan. That was a big bet for me, man. 3 units to plus 220. So I'm proud of Jan for going out there and proving to people, dude, that he's for real. He's always the underdog. I mean, let's be honest. I know you picked Reyes, but both of us have been on Jan for a while, dude. I mean, I bet on Jan versus Rockhold. I bet on Jan versus Corey Anderson. I mean, he's for real. I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him, man. He's 37 years old. He finally, we were all calling him a joke after he fought Cummings, dude. And look what he's done since that fight, man. He's good shit for Jan. He's a beast. Royval versus Kai Kara France. Wow. I mean, probably one of the best fights this year by far. I was calling Kai Kara France kind of I wouldn't say he's a fraud, but like he's a little chinny, man. But I mean, he's tough. He is. But I mean, he looked good in this fight, but Royval looked better, and Royval, man, caught him, man, and choked him out. Royval has a legit ground game. He's a BJJ black belt. He has a really big step up in the guy who I think is going to beat the champ really soon in Moreno. I'm really curious to see how they open that line. This is a really good fight. I mean, I could definitely see both guys getting dropped. I just think Moreno is going to take over and win that fight. Kellen Vieira versus Eubanks, kind of an ugly fight. Yeah, Vieira, man, I don't know, man. Aldana could have changed their life, man, because she didn't really look that good in this fight, man. I mean, Eubanks won the 3rd round, and Eubanks is known for a girl that gasses. Like, I got to be honest, dude. Eubanks definitely came a long way, man, from the Eubanks that fought Betch. So, but yeah, Vieira won the fight clearly. Hakeem versus Zabaro. This is a controversial fight. I'm sure you won't agree with this opinion. A lot of people went out there and thought that it was, Zabaro. And I mean, yeah, it was a close fight for sure. But I thought Hakeem won. And I actually like Hakeem, man. I think going forward, dude, he's going to win a lot of fights. I think he's going to be a top 10 dude. I should have bet him. I mean, it was pretty close. So I probably would have been fucking sweating. But Yeah, man, it was Zabar's no slouch. I mean, he's a good fighter. It's just I just think that Hakeem just wanted it more. I mean, Zabaru kind of coasted in the third round. I think that's what got him. Riddell versus De Silva. I was a little worried for Riddell, man, because he lost that first round, but then he came back strong and won the second and third. I don't know what to think of Riddell. I mean, he's good. He's a good fighter. He's no slouch. I just don't know how far he's gonna go. You know, like he's a really good striker. I'm really curious to see who they match him up what next. Like maybe give him like Bench Pichel or someone like that. Maybe even Bobby Green after Bobby Green beats what's his face. But yeah, I don't know. Matthews versus Diego Sanchez. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, I think we all thought that Matthews was going to beat him. I don't really want to see Diego fight anymore. I really don't. Put him in bare knuckles. He should not be fighting. I mean, Jake Matthews shouldn't even been fighting him. Let's be honest. Matthews should have been fighting the top 30 dude. I don't know what he's doing fighting Diego Sanchez next. Klein versus Young. Yeah, domination. You know, congrats. I mean, I wish I would have bet him, but you know, I passed. Yeah, he smoked him. I mean, Shane Young got killed, dude. William Knight versus Cameron, mildly better than Knight. Yeah, dude, Knight looked good, man. Knight dominated the fight. I thought he won every round. He proved, dude, that Kamer is just not UFC material. I mean, yeah, Kamer beat Ledet, but I mean, Ledet's really been fucking going on the decline, dude, ever since he popped and shit. I mean, Ledet looked pretty good at heavyweight, but then I don't know what up with him. Now he's fucking flat earth and all that shit. I don't know. But yeah, I like Knight, dude. Knight has a lot of potential. I know he's older, and he's green, but he has a lot of potential, man. And he has a good ground game too, man. He's strong, dude. So winning night for me, man. I think I had over plus 10 units in the night. So both those guys were two big dogs that cash. Juan Espino versus Jeff Hughes. What do you want to say about that? Jeff Hughes is not UFC material. Juan Espino's, you know, I'm really curious to see who he gets next because the guy definitely is a good prospect. And then the next fight, Danilo versus Caddis. I said this, bro. Like I know we both picked Caddis, but I literally said it. You cannot trust Caddis, dude. I mean, yeah, Danilo's fucking garbage on the tape, but shout out to anyone that bet Danilo because yeah, dude, Caddis is a fade, dude. He really is. I don't know what is up with him, dude. Like he looked decent against Jung or like the first round, but oh my god, dude. Caddis is fucking dog shit, dude. I mean, you're going out there and losing a guy like Danilo. I mean, I think what they should make next is Danilo versus Mamute. That would be the jobber fight of the ages. I would fucking cry if fucking Mamute won that fight. If Mamute, I mean, let's be honest, Mamute could win that fight. But yeah, jobber. Kelton, what about you?
Yeah, man, it was. I'm glad you had a great night. I had a tough one. I was on the 7-event winning streak, and then it snapped. Let's be honest, I made some bad bets. First one being Paulo Costa got knocked out in the second round by Israel Adesanya. Man, Izzy's just like his distance management, his accuracy, his shot selection. I mean, it really just doesn't get better than Israel Adesanya when it comes to striking, and it was just way too much for Paulo Costa. I feel like if they rematch down the line, it might be a little more competitive. Just Paulo was not fucking ready for that smoke, man. I mean, he was a little, he was like a deer in headlights. Like if you look at his face, like before the first round started, and then look at his face before the second round started. I mean, I'm not saying he already looked like a defeated man, but he had that look on his face, like, fuck, man. I had no idea he was like this. And Izzy did his thing. Great win. As far as who can beat him, you mentioned. Who did you mention? You mentioned Vettori and somebody else, but I think if you're going to give, Cannonier. Personally, even if Cannonier goes through Whitaker, I see Israel Adesanya having zero issues with Cannonier. I think to look at the guys with the best chance at 185 to defeat Adesanya, I think Vettori, and then I know he's pretty early into his UFC career, but Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, that guy's pretty special. Don't be surprised if he comes out here and becomes the 2-division champ. But yeah, all the respect in the world to Israel Adesanya. I can't wait to see him fight again. Jan Blachowicz, huge props to you, man. I mean, shit, dude. I mean, I was big on Dominic Reyes, and even I thought the line was a little off. I passed, and you know me. I bet Dominic Reyes like almost every fight besides the John Jones fight, just because, I mean, that's John Jones. And I passed on him here. I mean, a lot of people parlayed him up. It burned them. Jan Blachowicz just keeps coming through as the underdog. His boxing just looks so sharp, man. And it was another guy who just, like, his distance management was just so on point. Like, he just had Reyes so confused in there. Like, Jan just looked so composed. He looked like he was, like, born for this moment, and he fucking did it, man. And I can't wait to see him fight Thiago Santos, see if Thiago can make it 2-0 against him, or if Jan can avenge that loss. And then you got Jiri out there. You got a lot of good prospects, man. 205 is really fucking fresh right now. I like it. Another losing bet. I had Kai Kara France against Brandon Royval. I just figured Kai Kara was going to be able to keep it standing and outstrike Brandon Royval. Wasn't like that at all, bro. Brandon Royval, I completely underestimated his striking. I'll be honest here. I kind of disrespected Brandon Royval. I called him sub or bust on the podcast, and yeah, he did get the sub, but he definitely wasn't sub or bust. Dude's a legit fucking fighter, man. Shit, he dropped Kai Kara France on the feet with a spinning was it a spinning elbow? Yeah, it was. So great win for him. He turned Kai Kara France into a wrestler, man. It was pretty awesome. And then Ketlin Vieira versus Ciara Eubanks. I actually have not seen this fight yet. I actually went into the other room to watch the Tampa Bay Lightning game at that point, which shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning bringing home the Stanley Cup to Tampa. Yeah, didn't see this fight, so can't really give a thought on it. Hakeem Dawodu and Zubair Tuhugov. Man, I'll say this. I think it could have gone either way. It was really a 50-50 fight. So that being said, I bet Zubair at minus 112. I shouldn't be betting 50-50 fights at minus 112. So I'll say that was a bad bet. But, man, I feel like Zubair could have done a lot more. I mean, I should have seen this coming, bro. He's just so low volume. He coasts. He just doesn't do enough. The only time Zubair Tuhugov is going to win just a clear win in general is if he finishes the opponent, which I thought he definitely could have finished Hakeem. Maybe if he threw more, but that's just not the way it went. So it went 50-50. I'll be honest, I'm not high on either of these guys after this fight. Like, I've never really been high on Hakeem. I know he's on a real nice win streak right now, but I'll be honest, when he fights a top 15 guy, it's not going to go well for him. And shit, dude, same goes for Zubair. Like, you better change some things up. That low volume style is not going to work unless you knock him out, and you can't knock out everybody. So next fight, Brad Riddell. Yeah, man. Alex de Silva looked real fucking strong in that first round, won that round, and then he did the Brazilian gas. He gassed the fuck out. He was pulling stunts. He was taking punches to the eye and acting like it was an eye poke. He was doing the whole bit. But, yeah, I mean, he's a young guy. Like, I know he's 21-3, which, yeah, I mean, he's pretty experienced. But he's a young guy. I think he'll come back better. I guess just work on that cardio. And to be fair, Brad Riddell's a really good fighter. He was fighting a really good fighter in Brad Riddell. So, yeah, I can't take too much away from him. And Brad Riddell, I don't know how far he can go, but he's certainly one of the best strikers in the division, let's be honest. Next fight, Jake Matthews and Diego Sanchez. Bro, I don't even fucking want to talk about this one. I'm just so sick of seeing Diego Sanchez, sick of hearing about him and his dumbass coach. Like, I'm kind of pissed Jake Matthews didn't come out here and just smoke like him, or smoke Diego Sanchez, but it is what it is. Good win for the kid, I guess. And winning bet, man. Ludovic Klein comes out and absolutely smokes Shane Young. It's funny, man. At the stare downs when Shane Young did the haka in front of Dana White, that was like the most shared video of the week. And people were saying, oh, he better not come out and get smoked now after doing that shit. And that's exactly what happened, man. He just didn't look like he was on Ludovic Klein's level whatsoever when it came to the striking. Lit him up, head kick, punches. I mean, he fucking sat him down, man. Beautiful work. Ludovic Klein is a 145-pound prospect to watch. I mean, he's 17-2 now. I mean, guy's good for sure. And William Knight, I was impressed by William Knight, man. Mostly because, I mean, I picked Kamer to win, but I said the value was on Knight. My boy Justin bet Knight. It was a good one, man, because he won, but I didn't expect him to win that way. I thought he would win by knockout, but his wrestling looked good, man. I thought if anybody had the wrestling advantage in this fight, it'd probably be Kamer. But yeah, Knight came through. He's super strong. He's got good cardio for having all those muscles. He's super tough. Never stops. Like, I like this guy a lot. Juan Espino, he was a winning leg of my parlay. Unfortunately, Kai Kara France ruined that. Juan Espino took him down, made it look easy. I mean, Scarfold choke, man. I mean, how often do you see that shit? Guy has a hell of a squeeze on him. He has an insane grappling background. Like, this dude is, I mean, he's one of the best grapplers in the heavyweight division, like, straight up. Like, I can't wait to see Juan Espino in there again. He's got to get it going fast, man. He can't be inactive anymore. He's 39 years old. He needs to get some wins, and I think he can get some wins, bro. Like, I like what this guy brings to the table. I think he can expose the wrestling and grappling of a lot of heavyweights. So, yep. Next fight, oh my God, don't even want to talk about it. Danilo Marquez and Kadis Ibragimov. I mean, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Danilo Marquez will get faded against almost anybody. Justin brought up the Mahmoud fight. Holy shit, that would be the most hilarious thing of all time. And yeah, I don't know. I got Mahmoud there.
I wonder if they cut Kusin Abreu, because they can give Kusin Abreu that.
I don't think they'd cut him. He only lost, what, 1 or 2 in a row?
Yeah, I think he's 1 or 3. I don't remember. They can give him Danilo. But yeah, let's talk about the next card, man. We got first fight of the night. Oh God, this is one of the worst fights, man. We got Luigi Vendramini versus Justin Ayari. Kelvin, who you got this one?
Man, this is an interesting fight. Mostly because we've only seen Vendramini in the UFC once, and it was against a really high-level opponent in Zaleski dos Santos. Like, that was a big ask for the kid, like, short notice. I don't know if Zaleski was ranked at the time, but he was certainly top 20 talent in my eyes. And for him to come in there, take the back, almost choke him out. I mean, Zaleski's a high-level grappler. I mean, he's a black belt, I believe. So, I mean, the fact that he was able to come in there and do that was impressive. Of course, he did end up, getting finished in that fight. And then Justin Ayari, on the other hand, his last fight was against Stevie Ray, and I actually bet on Justin Ayari in that fight at like plus 180 odds, and the fight was really close. It was 50-50 in my opinion. It could have gone either way. I don't have a problem with scoring that fight either way for sure. It's just, I don't know, man. I just see Justin Ayari getting taken down in this fight, honestly. Like, when it comes to the striking, I just feel like he's kind of harmless, to be honest with you. Like, I don't see him putting any kind of pressure on him like the way Zaleski did. I think I don't know, man. Even on the feet, I feel like Vendramini is going to be the one that's actually throwing more, landing the more powerful shots. But ultimately, I think it's going to be the takedowns and the grappling. I don't know if he's going to choke Ayari out, but he might be able to, get a few minutes of top control, take his back like it took Zaleski's back. So I don't know what the odds are right now. They keep going back and forth. I think Vendramini's like a plus 100 dog. So I'm going to go with the dog here. I'm going to go with Vendramini. I'm going to say he wins the first decision of his career. This guy's never gone to a decision. Ayari's a hard guy to finish. I believe Ayari's actually gone to a decision in every single one of his UFC fights. So I'm going to say that trend continues, but he's going to lose a 29-28 decision.
Yeah, man, this is one of the hardest fights for me to call, dude. I've been going back and forth. We saw Vendramini. He's taken a long time off. I mean, he definitely changed a lot of his stuff, and now he's training at Factory X. I believe that Al Hernandez is there too. I saw they've been training together and stuff. Yeah, that can only help him. Yari's the older guy. I think Yari's the better striker. He's technical. He's tough. He's probably the bigger dude, but Vendramini's definitely has the grappling advantage. He's a younger guy. I'm really curious to see how he looks here. It's been a long way out for him. Ayari's fight with Stevie Ray was pretty close, but yeah, I don't know, man. This is a fight I really don't care about. I'll go with the dog here as well in Vendramini, but I would not be playing this fight, dude. I mean, I wouldn't even touch it on DraftKings, to be honest. So next fight, we got Casey Kenney versus Haley Alateng. This is a good fight. I got Kenney here, man. I've been high on Kenney for a long time. I think that he's a good fighter. I think that, he's good at 25 and 35. He's probably going to stay at 35, though. But he's definitely not one of the biggest bantamweights out there. But, he makes up for it, man, because I mean the guy is just really well rounded, man. He's really fast. His striking's improved a lot. He trains at a really good camp. But he's a grappler and he has good cardio and he's tough. I mean, his striking looked good against Smoka too. I heard people saying that Smoka was winning that fight until Kenney caught him. I don't think so, dude. I thought Kenney looked really good in that fight. It's a big step up for Alateng, man. Alateng, I just don't think the guy's really that good, and I think Kenny's better, honestly, wherever the fight goes. I'm really curious to see if Kenney can get him out of there, but I mean, if he doesn't, I think Kenney can win a decision. I think Kenny's just going to take him down at will, and rack up a lot of DraftKings points. So I got Casey Kenney. I'll go with the sub round 2.
Yeah, I got Casey Kenney here as well, but I don't know, man. For some reason, I actually think this might be a competitive fight. I like what Haile Alateng brings to the table. I actually think he can win a lot of UFC fights. He definitely deserves this fight against Casey Kenney. Came in, debut, beat Batgirl, who, that's a low-level comp for sure. But, hey, he won the unanimous decision against him. And then he took a big step up in his next fight against Ryan Benoit. Ryan Benoit's a guy who's been around, been in the UFC for a long time, knocked out Sergio Pettis, has some great wins on his resume, and Haile Alateng came in, got the decision win over him. But, damn, dude, in my opinion, he's taken another big step up here with Casey Kenney. I think his wing is ultimately what's going to, do it for him here. But I think for however long this fight's on the feet, I think Alateng might, surprise some people. He might sting Kenney with some shots. But I'm going to say Casey Kenney gets him down, probably wins at least 2 of the rounds via top control, maybe even locks in a sub. So Casey Kenney's the rightful favorite, probably even a rightful big favorite. I'll go with him, but I wouldn't play him at the minus 300s. And even on DraftKings, there's another grappler who I think I'd be willing to spend the money on rather than Casey Kenney. I just think it's a little bit more of a mismatch. We'll talk about that one later.
Yeah, man. Next fight, we got Loma Lookboonme versus Jin Yu Frey. Kelton, I believe you got a bet here. Who do you got?
Yeah, man. For some reason, this fight just caught my eye immediately. I went and watched the tape, and my suspicions were right. And I really like Loma Lookboonme in this fight, man. I mean, of course, she's only 4-2, and she's fighting a girl in Jin Yu Frey who, Jin Yu Frey's pretty experienced, man. Former Invicta champion, has been in there with some great names for sure. But I like what I see more of Loma Lookboonme as of recently. I do think Jin Yu Frey is, she may be super experienced, but she's also getting up there, man. And Loma Lookboonme is the younger fighter who probably wants it more. In my opinion, dude, her Muay Thai is like really fucking good, and I think she can give Jin Yu Frey problems like basically wherever this fight goes, man. I just feel like she's gonna get teep kicked and kind of pieced up at range for sure. I think if Jin Yu Frey wants to try to go in for takedowns, I think a lot of the takedowns I've seen Jin land were in the clinch, and I think if you're clinching up with Loma Lookboonme, I think you're really just asking for trouble. I think Loma will go off with knees and elbows. I think Loma Lookboonme actually could be the one to land some of those tie trip takedowns. So I honestly think Loma could win this fight wherever it goes. I guess I'll be a little worried if Jin is the one that gets the takedown and gets on top, but I don't know, man. I kind of just view that as low percentage here. I think Loma Lookboonme just straight up, rips her up with strikes all fight long. I don't know if she'll knock her out. We're talking about basically atom weights here, fighting at 115. So I'll go with a decision, but I think Loma Lookboonme handles her throughout the whole 15 minutes. I'll say 30-27.
Yeah, man.
And I do have a bet on her. I have 3 units, minus 130. Sorry.
It's okay. This is an interesting fight. Loma is definitely, man, one of the smallest strawweights. I mean, Frey is too. Both of them are pretty small. But yeah, Loma's a good striker, dude. I mean, she had her moments against Angela Hill. Just Angela Hill is just bigger than her. I think that Loma's a better striker. I think that she has grappling, but obviously that's her weakness. And I mean, Frey's a striker, but I mean, I think Frey could actually maybe take her down. It'll be interesting, dude. I mean, I personally thought that Loma, she's really technical, but I mean, I don't think Frey's bad or anything. Like, yeah, she lost her last fight against a good grappler. This is an interesting fight. I don't have a good read on it. I'm gonna go with Loma as well, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was competitive. But I'll go with Loma with Brumi. So next fight we got Jordan Williams versus Nasruddin Imavov. It's a good fight, man. I see a lot of people going with the dog here, and the line's been crazy. I mean, Williams opened as a big favorite and stuff. I do agree that he should be fighting at welterweight, but I mean he can't because he's I think a diabetic and stuff, and he can't cut the weight. So he has to fight at middleweight. He's definitely going to be one of the smallest middleweights in the roster. But I mean, I honestly think that this guy's no slouch. I think he's really talented and. He's been looking good at middleweight. Dude. I think he's undefeated at middleweight. Or he's on a big winning streak at middleweight. I thought that fight at Contender Series, the one against that Russian, he got robbed, dude. He won that fight. That was one of the biggest robberies I think we've seen in a long time. I think he's a really good striker. I mean, look at the last fight on Contender Series. The Brazilian dude he was fighting was way bigger than him, dude. That was 2 weight classes, man. Let's be honest, dude. Williams has good striking. He's technical. He's tough. Yeah, he has good movement. Dude, he hits like a truck too. I like everything about Williams. It's just the size. So going forward, I think they're going to have to really build him up. I mean, I hope in the future they can figure a way for him to drop. I mean, he can go to 170, but I don't know if he's going to be able to with the whole diabetic thing. But yeah, Imavov, man, man, he's no slouch. He's definitely has some good, some good fights in the regional scene, and he's wild. I mean, he's a good striker too, but he leaves his head out there, man, and he's a brawler. But I just think that Williams is more technical, and I think Williams is going to catch him, dude. So I'll go with Williams. I'll go with the first round KO.
Yeah, man, I like this fight a lot. I was definitely interested in it, and dude, I still am interested in it. If you look at the betting line, I believe they opened up Jordan Williams around a -190 favorite. A lot of money has been coming in on the French-Russian Jordan Williams. Let's see, I can get him at -117. I know it's kind of a long shot. We are on fight day. The fight's starting in about 6 hours, but if I can get plus money on Jordan Williams in the spot, I'm gonna fucking take it without hesitation because he is my pick here, and I won't say a lot of confidence, but I'm slightly confident I'm on this spot, man. I agree with basically everything you said. I think, I mean, when it comes to the weight class, yeah, he's going to be the smallest fucking guy in the weight class. I mean, I know weigh-ins are yesterday. Do you know what he weighed in at? Because I know for Contender he weighed in at 181. He obviously one of the smallest guys in the division, but at least he's facing a fellow guy here who probably should be fighting at welterweight, but this is going to be a middleweight fight. So at least he doesn't have to fight a real middleweight here. And I do like what I see from Imavov. He's a solid striker for sure, but I don't know, man. Something about Jordan Williams' boxing, he's a really intelligent boxer. He's really good at getting the opponents up against the cage too. He pressures, man. He backs them up, and that's where he does his best work when he gets them against the cage. And man, that finishing combo against the Brazilian dude on Contender, bro, that was super impressive, especially since that Brazilian dude was, I mean, let's be honest, he was kind of piecing up Jordan Williams there for a minute. It was looking bad, and Jordan Williams has a lot of heart. I mean, dude, I'll be honest, he fucking has it all, man. It's just he's too small for middleweight. Luckily, he's fighting a fellow welterweight. Give me him here. Give me this plus money. I want to bet on Jordan Williams. Shit, dude. I mean, there might even be value at the current line, but yeah, I'm gonna say he comes in here. I don't know if he makes short work, but I'm gonna say he gets the win in his UFC debut. I'm gonna say he gets the round 3 TKO.
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this. I'm not sure. I'm 100% sure, but I think he's undefeated at middleweight, dude. I know he lost to Dwight Grant at 170. He also lost to Rodrigo Vargas a long time ago, but I mean, he's a finisher, man. And I know he's small for the weight class, but the kid's talented, man. He really is. So I'm really curious to see how he does going forward. He weighed 182. So shout out to Nick Rodriguez in the chat. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see if they can clear that up. Maybe him going to 170 in the future. Next fight, we got Jourdain versus Josh Culibao. Yeah, this is a very close prediction for me. I've been on Jourdain for a while. I mean, I bet on him versus Felipe. I actually thought that fight was close. He dropped him in the first round. I thought he was about to knock him out and make a huge statement. But Feely beat him with the wrestling, man. You won a 29-28. Some people said that Jourdain won that fight. I think Feely won, but it was interesting. It was a close fight for sure. Air Jourdain proved that he belongs, man. I mean, he's a top, maybe 30 guy right now. I really think this kid is
maybe higher.
Yeah, I really think this kid is for real, man. I mean, he's a really good striker. I like his confidence, man. I mean, he's been saying that like for a while he's gonna go out there and starch this guy, and I think he's going to, man. I don't think Culibao is ready for this, man, at all. I mean, he just got smoked by a Turner, and now you're fighting a guy in Air Jourdain who's arguably a better fighter than Turner, even though they're two different weight classes. I got Air Jourdain by first round KO. I mean, he's gonna land something nasty, dude. I mean, he has good boxing. He has really good movement. I mean, Air Jourdain's for real. He's in good shape. I mean, he's a big ass featherweight too, man. So, Air Jourdain, first round KO.
Yeah, I mean, one could say that at least Culibao doesn't have to fight a 6'3", former welterweight this time. But I mean, you could also say on the other hand, Charles Jourdain has that speed that maybe a 155er doesn't have, and I think that's what it's all about here, man. Jourdain, he's got fast hands, he's got powerful hands. I mean, let's be honest, Culibao he's a striker. I doubt he's going to be shooting it for takedowns here. That's what Feely, should have done in Jourdain's last fight. Like, I was super surprised by that fight. Like, it was a razor close split. It shouldn't have been, though, because, I mean, if there's a weakness in Charles Jourdain's game, it's definitely his grappling, his takedown defense, his get-up game. And, dude, Feely didn't shoot nearly as much as he should have. Now we're here with Culibao, who is going to want to stand and bang with Charles Jourdain. It's not going to go well for him, man. Like we just said, Charles Jourdain, he's a top guy. I mean, having a fight like that with Andre Feely, that's impressive in my opinion. He's getting better every fight. His physique is getting better every fight. I mean, he's only 24 years old. He's still growing, getting better every time. Yeah, man, I think he comes out here and makes quick work of Culibao. Not much more to say. I'm going to say round 1 KO.
Yeah, man. He'll be pretty high on DraftKings, let's say that. So next fight, wow. I mean, Carlos Condit versus Cord Mcgee. I'm sure we're going to disagree in this fight. I'm not playing it. I cannot bet this fight. I can't. But I have to go with Condit here, man. I know that he's really washed up and he has not been looking good. He's on a really big losing streak. I mean, oh my God, dude. I mean, yeah, he had a couple moments against Chiesa and stuff, but yeah, dude, he's definitely, dude, I mean, this is what I mean. I feel like both these guys could be their last fight. But just about the matchup, dude. I know Mcgee has a wrestling advantage, and I know Mcgee, he has good cardio and stuff. But man, dude, both these guys have been looking washed up. Mcgee has not been looking good either, dude. I mean, Mcgee lost to Ben Saunders, dude. That's not a good look. I know that fight was controversial, but I mean, I've actually thought he won that fight, dude. You said that Sean Brady won a round against Mcgee. I don't think so. I think Brady dominated that fight. Yes, Mcgee has advantage in this fight. He has really good cardio. He has a good pace. He has better grappling. But Condit's a lot better on the feet, dude. And yeah, they both have been a shell of themselves. But, I mean, if Condit stuffs these wins, I mean, can Condit take him down? Yeah. But can Cord Mcgee go out there and sub him? Like, I don't know, man. I don't think Cord has a jiu-jitsu, man. I don't think Cord has the control to go out there and hold him down with 3 rounds, man. So I think what's going to happen is going to be a really ugly fight. It's going to be back and forth. And I got Condit winning a very close decision win.
Man, I mean, you said it. This fight's it's a mess. I believe both guys are 4-8 in their last 12 fights. Not a good look. They're both nearing the end. Carlos Condit's on a 5-fight losing streak. Granted, he's probably been fighting better comp than Court, but I mean, if you actually look at the performances, I actually would say Cord Mcgee has been performing better. And yeah, I do think Cord Mcgee won that 3rd round against Sean Brady. It was a good fight. He landed over 100 strikes on Sean Brady. Sean Brady is a great prospect. Even then, man, I mean, Carlos Condit's last win, it was half a decade ago. Cord Mcgee actually has 3 wins since Carlos Condit's last win. In my opinion, I mean, yeah, in their primes, Carlos Condit would absolutely tear through Court Mcgee on the feet. Now on the feet, I mean, I think it's going to be competitive. I actually think Court McGee's boxing could give Carlos Condit some problems here, but Carlos has more tools in the feet. It's just, man, I wonder what kind of version Carlos Condit we get here, just because, like, all the previous fights, I just got the vibe of he doesn't give a fuck. Everyone knows he's going to lose this fight, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, man. Like, I sense a little bit more motivation in this fight. But that being said, I'm still going to go with Court McGee here, man. I just think he has more advantages at this point. I think the striking is competitive. If you give anybody the wrestling advantage, it's Court. If you give anybody the cardio advantage, it's Court. I think Court might want it more. So I'm going to go with Court. I think the minus 130, minus 140, whatever the hell it's at, I think that's about accurate. I won't be surprised if Condit wins this fight, though. I'll be honest. I mean, even on the DraftKings side, you got Carlos Condit. I think he's 7,900. I definitely would rather play that than Court McGee, 8,300. When it comes from a betting perspective, it's definitely a pass, and I don't even want to talk about this fight anymore, man. It's kind of sad. You got Carlos Condit, former interim champion, Court McGee, former Ultimate Fighter winner. He's beaten Robert Whitaker in the past. Like, man, both these guys in their primes, excellent fighters to watch. I'm a big fan of both. It's just sad that this is where we're at in 2020. And, hey, at least one of these guys gets to get back on track, right?
Yeah, this is actually an interesting fight, man. I'm really intrigued to see who wins this fight.
Yeah.
So next fight, man, we got Townsend versus Dusko. What is it? How do you pronounce the last name?
Todorovic.
Dvorak. I mean, Townsend's probably the worst fighter, man, in the division. Let's be honest. I mean, he's tough, but he doesn't belong in UFC. I've been looking to fade Dusko, though. I mean, I actually wanted to bet Phillips against him, dude. But Dusko, man, he's a good striker, man, for sure. But he has really fucking bad head movement. He just leaves his fucking tall ass fucking head out there. Like, he has that tall man defense for sure. So going forward, I'm gonna be looking to fade him. He's undefeated. Yeah, I mean, I think he's better everywhere than Townsend. So, I mean, can Townsend catch him? Yeah, he can, because he has really fucking bad tall man defense. But I'll go with the Dusko here, dude. I mean, yeah, if he wants to be safe, he goes out there and just fucking uses the grappling. But he's a striker, so I'm really curious to see how he approaches this. But I'll go with Dusko by finish.
Yeah, man. I mean, if there's been any fight in the UFC that Townsend has had that he has a chance to get a win in, I think it'd be this one, man. I'm not going to say he's live, but I sure as fuck will not be betting Dusko at minus 300 here. Do not parlay Dusko. He's got a lot of holes in his game. You know, he's still early in his career. I mean, he's got less than 10 pro fights, and he's fighting a guy with, 32 pro fights in Townsend. Townsend, he's had a tough go, man. I mean, even dating back to a little bit before the UFC, took a unanimous decision loss to Jamal Hill, who, I mean, me and you know, Jamal Hill is one of the best prospects in the division. He got by Dolce, who, Dolce is not the best fighter in the division, but certainly a very, very dangerous guy. Bavon Lewis was actually one of my biggest bets of this year so far. He came out and shit, dude, like that fight was a little sketchy. Like, we'll talk about Bavon in his next fight, but yeah, I mean, that was a tough one. Bavon's certainly talented. There's just a lot of problems in his game. And then Devin Clark, I mean, Devin Clark's a tough ask. Like, Devin Clark's no slouch whatsoever. I mean, he's like a top 25 guy. He's got good wrestling. He's got a lot of good wins in the UFC. I mean, it's certainly a tougher fight than freaking Dusko Todorovic. Didn't really look that impressive on Contender Series to me. You said you would have considered betting John Phillips against him. I don't know about that at all. I think he would have like, John Phillips has a good chin, I guess, but I don't know. I just saw Dusko winning that one kind of convincingly. It's funny. Dusko actually has a round one finish over Michel Pereira. I think Michel Pereira. This fight's at middle. Is this fight at middleweight or 205?
It's a middleweight.
And what is that middleweight? So that's another interesting dynamic I haven't even really thought about. All of Daquan Townsend's UFC fights have been at 205, if I'm not mistaken, or was the Bavon fight at 185? I don't know which weight class is going to be better for Daquan. This is a fuckery fight. Just stay away. I don't even want to say anymore. Dusko Dvorak, I'll say, I guess, a decision.
I think Townsend's a natural middleweight, but I'm not really sure. Next fight, we got Kyler Phillips versus Cameron Else. I want to make a statement right here and probably say a hot take, but Kyler Phillips will be a top 10 guy, maybe even top 5. I'm really high on this kid. I said that he was going to win the Ultimate Fighter. I was wrong. He just didn't have a good showing. I actually thought that fight that he had versus Katona was should have won a 3rd round. That was bullshit. But anyways, Kyler Phillips is way different than that fighter now, man. Let's be honest, dude. This guy is really fun to watch. He's one of the best strikers in the division. I mean, this kid trains at a really good camp. I love Kyler Phillips, dude. I mean, dude, this guy's for real, man. He really is. He has good grappling. He's a brown belt. He's a legit striker. He has really good boxing. His movement is fucking good. He has good cardio. I mean, he fucking looked so good last fight, dude. Like, really good. I know, again, it's not the best guy, but he made a statement, dude. He proved, dude, that this guy belongs, and I think he's going to kill Else, dude. I see people taking a shot on Else. I don't know what the hell you guys are watching, dude. Kyler Phillips, guys, this guy is special, man. He really is. I mean, he can win this fight anywhere, dude. He's good everywhere. I got Kyler Phillips by 1st round devastating KO.
Ooh, KO. So this was who I was alluding to earlier with the grappler that I would absolutely be fine with paying up for on DraftKings. I'm all in on Kyler Phillips here. Of course, he is only 7-1. He is fighting a more experienced guy in Else here. So I don't know about playing Kyler at what is he at now? Fucking minus 500. I don't know about all that, but this is definitely a DraftKings spot all day long. I see Kyler Phillips landing takedowns here, getting the advances, and probably subbing this guy. Or, I mean, you think he might KO him. I mean, I wouldn't completely write that off either. It's just, yeah, this is a good fight for Kyler Phillips. Who was he supposed to originally fight before Else jumped in here?
I forget, dude.
Dana Batgirl. Ooh, man, that would have been.
They're trying to build him up, dude.
Yeah,
they're trying
for
to build
sure.
up.
They see something in Kyler Phillips, that's for sure, man. Yeah, I'm gonna say he subs Else round 2, and yeah.
You know where he trains, right? He trains at MMA Lab, dude. I mean, O'Malley's one of his main training partners, dude. He trains with Kenney a lot too. I mean, this guy's getting really fucking good work, dude. He's young. I mean, I just think he wasn't ready, man, on Ultimate Fighter. Maybe he didn't take the fight serious, but wow, dude, he's really fucking been looking good, dude. I mean, this guy's good everywhere, man. He really is. Yeah, he has good striking. I mean, he has good grappling too, but I mean, the guy's good everywhere. So, and he's big for the weight class, dude. He's a huge bantamweight. So, War Kyler Phillips. Yeah. Next fight. Is this the fight that yeah, it is. We got GDR versus Juliana Pena. I'll let you go on this one first.
Yeah, man, this is a really great fight, to be honest. These are definitely two, top 5. Well, certainly GDR. I believe GDR is, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, she's still the #1 bantamweight ranked in the world behind Amanda Nunes. And then Juliana Pena, it's kind of hard to rank her real high just because she's been inactive, but like skill for skill wise, like I got Juliana Pena over easily most of the division. This is a great fight, man. Pure striker versus grappler. We know the striking is going to be GDR's world here. We know the grappling is going to be Juliana Pena's world here. It's just, I personally favor GDR in this fight. I moved in on the early line. I got 3 units on GDR at plus 115. I mean, if I'm picking a fighter, I'm going to bet them at plus 115, especially, a #1, #2 ranked girl in the world, GDR, who, I can trust her with my money for sure. Man, she's just been a lot more active than Juliana Pena. Juliana only has 1 fight in the last 3 years, and that 1 fight was against Nico Montano, who is a natural flyweight. Even the fight before that, Valentina Shevchenko. I know we can talk about Valentina Shevchenko as being one of the most talented women in the world, but again, not really a real bantamweight. if you want to look at the last real bantamweight Juliana Pena fought, it was actually Kat Zingano all the way back July 2016. So like, I don't know, man. Like the inactivity, I think GDR obviously is going to be the biggest girl she's fought in a long time. GDR has, in my opinion, clearly been making improvements on the not only just the takedown defense, but like the work on the mat when she gets taken down. Like, I mean, shit, dude, just compare her first Nunes fight with the second Nunes fight. First Nunes fight, she gets taken down and bashed easily. Second Nunes fight, she gets taken down and survives the whole 25 minutes. And not only that, man, I mean, there were spots where GDR was landing some really good strikes on the feet. And then she also even reversed Amanda Nunes at one point and got on top. Now, unfortunately, she just wasn't able to take advantage of that. That's fine. I mean, we are talking about Amanda Nunes, the GOAT here. But, man, GDR is so dangerous, man. I mean, you saw that fight against Aspen Ladd. It was really just, I mean, what, the fucking first punch just put her out. And I think Juliana Pena might be a little more defensively responsible than Aspen Ladd. It's just, it's going to be hard, man. I mean, we're talking about so the fight's going to stay on the feet. GDR has good footwork. I mean, I think she can do a real job avoiding the takedowns here. And even if Juliana Pena gets some takedowns, I actually can see with the improvement she made, GDR maybe getting back up to her feet. It's just Juliana's really strong, man. She's strong. She's aggressive. I won't be completely shocked if she wins this fight, gets 2 rounds to top control. But I'm going to say GDR knocks her out in the first round. I'm going to say she lands a knee to the body that puts down Juliana Pena in the clinch. I think Juliana's going to pressure into the clinch, and GDR is going to crack her with something in there. So, yeah, man, tell me who you got.
You want to say you have a bet too?
Yeah, I did at the beginning.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Plus 115.
So we're going against each other. I have a bet on here too. I have 3 units on Pena at plus 130. I'm gonna, before I talk about the fight or about my like prediction, all this stuff, the matchup, I'm gonna talk about GDR. You know, I'm gonna give her respect. She's one of the best fighters in the division. If this fight stays on the feet, it's GDR. I mean, she has a really big advantage on the feet. She's the way better striker. She's one of the best strikers in the division. This is a pure striker versus grappler matchup. It's just the thing is, she has a great matchup or a great advantage in the feet. You got Pena, who has a big advantage in the mat. So whoever, you know, uses that game plan first is going to win the fight. I mean, GDR, let's be honest, she could not stop a takedown versus Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is the GOAT. She's the best fighter to ever do it in the women's division. But she took her down immediately. Like, she took her down at will and kept her down. I mean, yeah, she got up a couple times, but that was pure domination. You could see that GDR could not get back up. Yes, that's against Amanda, but I mean, Pena's one of the best grapplers in the division, dude. So if Pena takes her down, she's gonna leave her down on the mat. So it's all about, man, if Pena gets her down immediately. But the thing is, Pena is a grappler, dude. She's relentless. She has really good pressure. She's tough. She's also a big bantamweight too. And yes, Aspen Ladd is a really good grappler, but Aspen Ladd, let's be honest, dude, like, she likes to brawl too, and she just has really bad defense in the feet. I don't think Pena's gonna go out there and follow that same game plan, try to brawl with her immediately. I think Pena, right when they touch gloves, is going to shoot or like pressure and try to shoot. So Pena's striking is improved, but I mean, yeah, she does not have any chance to win this fight in the feet. I don't think that she's going to try to strike with her. I think she's going to try to back her up immediately, push her against the fence, and take her down. I mean, Pena has good trips. She has good takedowns, but Pena is really good on top, and she's nasty, man. She has good ground and pound. And she's a tough girl, man. I know she hasn't fought in a long time, and she's fought once. You know, she had a kid and all that. And let's be honest, she didn't have the best performance against Nico Montano. She won the first round, but she came back and, you know, dominated those last 2 rounds. I think that this is a pure striker versus grappler matchup, and I think that Pena takes her down, keeps her down, either taps her out or wins 2 rounds. Pena has really good chokes too, man. That Sig Jitsu over, you know, with Rick Little. She has good jiu-jitsu. And I know you're saying that GDR is going to be a lot bigger than her because, yeah, she's fought at featherweight, but Pena is one of the biggest bantamweights in the division, dude. So, yes, we saw Nico Montano take her down in the first round. GDR is not going to take her down, bro. I mean, come on, dude. Nico Montano's a grappler, dude. GDR is not going to take her down. Would it surprise me if GDR reversed her like she reversed Nunes? No, I mean, she could do that, but I mean, there could be some good scrambles here, but like I mentioned earlier in the breakdown, GDR has a huge advantage on the feet. Pena has a huge advantage on the mat. We both got dog money. We'll see what happens. I just think from the tape that I watched with Amanda, I don't think GDR can get back up. I'll go with Pena with a submission win.
Submission win?
I think she's going to tap her out. I really do. I've been thinking about it all week. So, I mean, I really like Pena's jiu-jitsu, dude. So, I'm going to go with Pena with a submission.
You like her jiu-jitsu more than you like Amanda Nunes' jiu-jitsu?
I really think Pena catches her, dude, with a choke. I really do. I see it, dude.
High as shit, bro.
I mean, Pena has a really good guillotine, bro. So you see a lot of her wins are by submission, especially on the regional scene. So
right, let's see what the odds are on Pena by submission. It's plus 575. I was gonna say if it was a little closer, I'll give you plus 500 odds on Pena by submission. It ain't happening, bro. If Amanda can't submit her over 25 minutes, what makes you think Pena could submit her? I mean, Pena has only submitted complete bums, bro. She couldn't even finish flyweight Montano. She got finished herself by Shevchenko. She couldn't finish shaky ass Zingano. I mean, dude, she ain't getting a sub. I'll tell you right now. It's going to be.
You might just jinx it though, because
Pena by decision, GDR by KO, or GDR by decision. It's going to be one of those three.
We'll see. I picked Jan by first round KO, and I mean I was wrong.
Well, yeah, that's a lot more likely than fucking. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm not fond of GDR's ground game, dude. And Pena has really good jiu-jitsu, man. She really does. We just haven't seen her in a while, dude. So
I was gonna say I really respected your breakdown until you said Pena by submission. That's not.
I can 100% see her get submission. I'm ballsy, bro. I got Pena by submission. She's gonna land a Darce choke. I'm telling you right now. So co-main event.
All right, you should put some lunch money on that plus 575.
I think what's gonna happen is that she's gonna try to get back up to her feet, and Pena's gonna snatch her neck, dude, with those nasty fucking arms. So we'll see. I don't know, man. Pena, I know Pena has already subbed one girl in the UFC, but I mean, she has 3 or 4 wins by submission, and watch the Ultimate Fighter. I mean, she had that signature guillotine. I honestly think that she can get a sub here, but if she doesn't, she'll win a decision. She's not going to get a KO. I mean, I'm not picking her by KO. Okay, that is not going to happen. I mean, imagine that happened. That'd be fucking crazy. But I don't think that happened. But I mean, if you watch fight Montano, her striking improved. A lot of people. I mean, I wanted to write her striking off a long time ago in the past. But I mean, Pena's taken down everyone she's fought, and I know Shevchenko's not the biggest bantamweight, but taking down a girl like that is impressive. And you're going to tell, oh, she got subbed. Yeah, Shevchenko's a fucking beast, bro. She's a black belt. She's fucking one of the best fighters. I mean, let's be honest, dude. She beat Amanda, bro, the second time. So they're 1-1. I mean, those are the 2 best women of all time. So I forgot to mention that, bro. She's taken down everybody, bro. I know GDR's, only been taken down by Amanda and then that one jobber 5 years ago or whatever. But, I mean, she hasn't really been fighting grapplers, bro. Besides Amanda, and then the Aspen Ladd fight, which she smoked her. But I mean, yeah, she can smoke Pena here. I wouldn't be surprised if she knocked out Pena, but if she gets taken down, dude, I mean, that's Pena's world. I mean,
okay, she stuffed 8 out of 8 against Raquel Pennington, and I know you can say, oh, that's Raquel Pennington. Oh, she's a boxer. Hey, I mean, Raquel Pennington beat the girl that's in the main event, and she landed a couple takedowns in that fight. That's impressive to me to go from. I mean, dude, a few years ago, we all knew GDR as the girl with good striking, but zero grappling. And she clearly has come a long way, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. May the best man win, or may the best woman win. Next fight, Jorgen Castro versus Carlos Felipe. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about this fight. I mean, Castro really burned me last fight versus Hardy. He looked really good, dude, in that first round. I was like, holy shit, dude. Castro looks like a fucking stud. And they just stopped fighting. I don't know what happened. I really don't. I mean, I don't even know if he's addressed that. I would love to fucking have someone interview him and literally the first question, hey, so why'd you stop fighting against fucking Greg Hardy? What the fuck happened? Really, man? Dude, I mean, yeah, Greg Hardy's a really fucking intimidating dude. I wouldn't want to fight Greg Hardy, so maybe he just got scared. But if he shows up here and fights and uses his leg kicks, I mean, yeah, he should win, bro. I mean, his leg kicks are nasty. I mean, let's be honest, dude. This guy lost Silva fucking lost to not Silva. Fucking Felipe lost to Spivak, dude. You really rather losing the fucking Spivak, bro? Like, oh my god, dude. Yeah, he has moments in the fight, but I don't know, dude. The line's off here. Jorgen should not be that big of a favorite. I mean, I got Jorgen winning the fight, but would it surprise me if Felipe won? No, but I'll go with Jorgen.
Yeah, man, this is interesting, honestly, because out of all the big underdogs on this card, looking for one I want to play on DraftKings, Carlos Felipe is the one that kind of stands out most, and I'm kind of glad to see that the money is coming on him rather than De Castro. I think that's the right move here. Like, yeah, De Castro has some good qualities. He's got, when we're talking leg kicks, this dude can he can rip up some legs, and ultimately, I kind of do see him going that route to a win here. I am going to go with Jorgen De Castro to win a 29-28 unanimous decision, but I don't know, man. I could see Felipe edging this one out. Like, I actually do think he has the better hands. He doesn't have to worry about really wrestling here like he did in the Spivak fight. I think we're going to see, obviously, either 3 rounds of striking or a knockout. So, I don't know, man. Plus 215. I still wouldn't even hate a shot on that. Like, I just simply think it kind of all just depends on how he can handle the leg kicks. Like, if he gets ripped up by him and like he's just, I don't know. I can see this going a lot of different ways. I could see De Castro just honestly like come in here smoking him with the leg kicks and then landing a big shot on a compromised Philippe. Or honestly, I could see Philippe's got some big old, strong legs. I could see him just eating those leg kicks no problem and then simply outworking for the entire fight. I do think Jorgen he's a little overrated, and I will say he did look good in that first round against Greg Hardy, but yeah, Greg Hardy's a great prospect, but let's be honest, he's another one of these guys with 5 or 6 pro fights. So I think Felipe coming in here in his second UFC fight, he probably learned a lot from his first one. I think he's actually a very live underdog here. Going to go with Jorgen by decision, but for DraftKings, I'm going to be cheering for Felipe.
Next fight, man. Main event. We got Irene Aldana versus Holm. This is my second play here. I have a bet on Aldana. 3 units at, I think it's plus 105. Let me check my notes real quick. No, so 3 units at plus 101. Yeah, man. This is a really good matchup. Holm is definitely, on the decline, dude. You've watched her last couple of fights. She's definitely been looking to grapple. Her fight versus Rocky, oh my God, dude. That was one of the worst fights I've ever seen. She just tried to push her up against the clinch the whole fight. Literally the whole fight. And yeah, she dominated Megan Anderson, but Megan Anderson has no ground game. Aldana's definitely been putting some work in her takedown defense. She lost to Rocky in a very close fight, but she lost to Rocky because the takedowns. And Rocky took her down twice, but let's be honest, Aldana lost that fight because of bad IQ, bad fight IQ. She went for a guillotine and she shouldn't have won for that guillotine, but that's a loss of the fight. On the feet, Aldana has really good pressure. She's one of the most technical fighters in the division. And she has power too, man. I know that she just got her first KO, dude, in UFC against Vieira, but that was a really good win, dude, because let's be honest, Vieira was a really good fighter, man. She is, but, there's a lot of momentum in Vieira, man, before that fight. And Vieira was looking good in the fight. I actually thought she was winning the fight. Aldana was looking good, but, she just, she couldn't have the answer, man, to Vieira. Vieira was landing the bigger shots, and all of a sudden, dude, Aldana fucking knocked her out, dude. Wow, dude, she could have changed Vieira's life because Vieira looked like a shell of herself versus Sarge. Really nasty pressure, a good jab, a good right hand. Her boxing's really good, dude. Holm has good boxing too, but the forward pressure that Aldana's going to bring, dude, is really, dude, going to fucking frustrate Holm. And Aldana can fight going backwards too, dude. So, I think the cardio advantage obviously has to go to Holm because Holm has had the 5-round experience, but early, dude, this is going to be Aldana's fight. I think Aldana can knock Holm out. I know Holm, has a good chin. She has not been knocked out for a while, but, I've questioned her chin, man, in the past. And, I don't know, man. I can see her getting cracked here, man. I really can. I think that Holm has to take her down, man, to win this fight. I really do, dude. And the more takedown attempts she's going to try to, attempt and try to get Aldana down, she's going to get tired, dude. So, I know a lot of people are counting this out because I've talked to some people and they're like, "You're crazy, numbers," but I got Aldana by KO, man. I really see her, man, hurting Holm, man, getting her out of there, dude. And people need to put some respect on this girl's name, dude. This girl's nasty, dude. So, I got Aldana catching her, man. I really do early in the fight and getting her out of there. So, I got Irina Aldana second round KO.
Yeah, it's a good fight, man. I mean, definitely could be a passing of the guard fight. You know, you got Holly, the former champion, been around for a long time. Aldana, Aldana's been around for a while too, man. I mean, I feel like I've been watching Aldana forever. You know, back in the Invicta days, she's definitely come a long way. I mean, dude, I don't know if you remember, but she had like serious hype coming into the UFC from the Invicta, and then she lost that fight to Leslie Smith, and then all that hype just completely went out the window. And ever since then, she's been grinding. She's been getting better. Her confidence, like Aldana's legit, man. Aldana is she's a at least top 4 or 5 bantamweight for sure. I mean, good boxing, good power. I don't think she's a slouch whatsoever on the ground. I mean, I believe it was Betchka Haya she landed that armbar on. That was pretty sick. Even back in the Invicta days, she got a couple really nice rear naked chokes. Like, man, don't sleep on Aldana's grappling either. Like, I feel like even if Holly Holm comes in here and takes her down, like, Aldana's not a fish out of water, man. Like, she can hang for sure. On the feet, it's just I don't know, man. Like, what I always think back to when I think about this fight, like, Holly is she's a great game planner. She has good fight IQ. I could just see her using the footwork to kind of keep this fight really, really boring. Just kind of circle around, avoid Aldana's power, jump in every once in a while to land a 2 or 3 piece combo and then back right out to avoid that power. I can see her just rinse, repeat, and then, of course, mixing in takedowns along the way. Like, I definitely can see the former champion coming out here and edging a decision. It's just, I'm going to go with Irina Aldana here, man. I don't think she should be the underdog. I think she has more of a finishing upside. Like you said, Holly, I don't know about Holly's chin. I don't know about her durability anymore, man. Like, I think Aldana could definitely land one of those shots. And like I said, even if Holly gets it to the mat, I don't think Aldana is a fish out of water whatsoever. Won't be surprised if she reverses Holly. This is 100% not a Megan Anderson situation where Holly just came in and I mean she just held on to the girl for dear life, and Megan had zero answers whatsoever. I think Aldana will have answers, and I think Aldana could actually finish Holly Holm here, man. So I'm gonna go with Aldana. And honestly, bro, I'm kind of thinking about betting her. We'll see what happens, though. I mean, I have about 5 hours to decide. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Aldana by knockout in the second round.
Yeah, don't do it, man, because every time I bet on Fight Day, it doesn't.
Hey, that's just you, bro.
So yeah, I wouldn't do it if I were you. Yeah, don't jinx me. But another thing I left out is Holm has really low volume, dude. I mean, Aldana has a lot more volume. Holm's a counter striker, #1. So yeah, she'll probably land on Aldana when she's going forward, but I just don't think it's gonna any damaging. Like, let's be honest, Aldana's gonna be landing the harder shots here. So yeah, I got Aldana. So yeah, 2 plays for me on Aldana and Pena. You want to do a little recap real quick on your bets?
Yeah, man, I got 3 units on Jermaine Durandamy, plus 115. I got 3 units on Loma Lookboonme, minus 130. And then I'm eyeing 2 bets. I might make a last one. I am looking at Jordan Williams, and I'm looking at Irene Aldana. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Today's my Friday. Can't wait to get out of work tonight and watch these fights. So I hope everyone, does good. For tomorrow, we'll just, stay tuned. We're not sure yet if we're going to do the podcast for fantasy football before the fights game. So just stay tuned to Twitter. And yeah, we'll be back next week. So later, guys.